Salty Zeta here. Welcome back to more Let's Play Pokemon Scarlet. In the last episode, we started the last of the storylines, the way home, and we started progressing into Area 0, and we learned about stuff like the Time Machine and Pokemon from the past, and we can't ride Koraidon here. Koraidon's an ancient Pokemon. Look at all these Pokemon. Our friends are talking to each other, but we're just gonna keep walking forward. Man, everybody just is spawning in. I've gotta check all these giraffe rig noses. Oh, hello, Hypno. Just standing here menacingly. And now we're getting to see Glimoraz. You can't hide from me! I may be perfectly leveled, but this is just too good of an opportunity to pass up. Chances are very big on experience. So I like them. Hooray. Beza wants to learn Nasty Plot. Sharply boosts... I can relearn that later. I don't know which of my moves are TM moves and which ones aren't. Arvin thought he lost his mom to Koraidon. Yep. I got snuck up on. I was gonna wait for all the talk to end. Because I wanted to auto-battle the Garchomps. The Gabites. Because at this point, I've been finding so many random things, random shinies, but I can't tell if any of these guys are shiny. It's fucking Gabite. But now I've caught myself in like the center of everything. Everything's attacking me. Oh, hi! Well, that's Fluttermane. It's an ancient form of Misdreavus. And it's just kind of here. I'm really surprised. I didn't think they would spawn in this high up. I know those guys for showing up near the very bottom of this great crater. Fluttermane is probably the Paradox Pokemon I am most okay with. It's the one that looks the most, like, acceptable to me. I feel like I have a problem with a lot of Pokemon designs, especially, like, adjustments to forms. It's why I don't like Mega Pokemon. Because they're often, like, over-designed in my view. I feel like if you take something, a fully fleshed out design, and then just add more to it, it's really hard to make that work. It's why I don't love a lot of, like, new evolutions too. Even ones as way back as like Gen 4, adding new evolutions to some Pokemon, it's just like, I don't know. Some of them are fine, but others are just like, And I've kind of always felt like that. And Mega Evolutions are even worse to me. It's just... So I feel like there's a lot of times when it's like if you take a Pokemon that's already finalized and then just add a whole ton of stuff to it. It's like... It's just really hard to make it work. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but that's the vibe that I get with a lot of, like, these kinds of designs, is that they just feel over-designed to me. I don't love that. It's why I don't like most Megas. There's another Fluttermane. Man, there's so many Fluttermane. I had such a hard time, because I did go out on my way to catch all of, like, these Paradox Pokemon in my original playthrough. Mainly because, like, you know, I wanted the version exclusives, so, like, the obvious thing to do there is to just trade all the Scarlet ones for somebody who has all the Violet ones. So I caught a bunch of these guys, and since I was catching them, it was like I'll catch 2 of each so that I can have one for myself. So I've caught all of the Paradox Pokemon, despite not catching most anything else in this game. And like, I had such a hard time finding goddamn Fluttermane and getting it to spawn in. And now I'm just getting them all the time. It's wild. Anyways, I am not paying attention to what any of them are saying. More Fluttermane! Fuck off. But yeah, now we're starting to see more of the Paradox Pokemon. Given how Koran was acting earlier, you think something bad happened to it here. She empathizes because she wants to hide. Doop 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 scoop doodly dee. By the way, these things on the walls are more Glimora. They like to do that. Just in case you were curious. These things. Everybody's getting exclamation points over their heads. Oh. I was like, why are you not attacking this guy? And then I remembered what I said before about how, how wild Pokemon that are shiny won't get attacked by, auto-battling. So I was like, could this be an auto-battling moment? Is this a shiny thing like Gabite? And, no, I was just dead. What happened? This place is a mess. Looks like something went berserk in here. Yeah, but what? Hello, children. God, Professor, you scared us. I'm sorry. Why is everything here all busted up? I'm sorry. Hello, children. Come again? I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. Hello, children. Hello. Hello. What the heck? Stop that! You're creeping us out! Hello, child. Children. Initiating restart. Oh, that's not suspicious. Well, it was definitely weird, at least. Almost like, I don't know. She meant it as a joke, it wasn't funny. Well, let's heal up. All locks disabled. Ah ha ha. Hello. Can you hear me now? Please forgive my previous transmission. There seems to be some signal interference. That's not what that was. What do you mean, Arvin? Locks have all been disabled at last. Please make your way now to the Zero Lab, which lies at the very bottom of Area 0. Okay. I will do what you say unquestionably, because I have no choice. Alright. There's definitely something off about the professor just now, right? Maybe it was a little dramatic flair to get us all jazzed up for more adventuring. She's big time jazzed. You need to go see a doctor. It's not right. I'm pretty sure that call was really... never mind, it's nothing. No matter how things turn out, I'm counting on us to see this through. Items. Everything's shiny. But not like, you know, shiny. Although I still have my eye out. We found 3 so far in this playthrough. Maybe we'll make it a 4th. Who knows? Not a single one of them has been a new Pokemon, though. I really don't need to, like, slow down and fight anything here, because I am already pretty high leveled. Or high enough level, really. I mean, like, I could throw out a couple more for auto battles if I really wanted to, but, like... I'm doing fine, I think, now. I think I'm doing fine. Item! Shadow Ball. Yep. We gotta go this way. Look at you flying over there. But there's still a couple of Paradox Pokemon we have not seen yet. Including the one that I think is the worst. At least from the past Paradoxes. But we're about to see them now. If I recall correctly. We reached the lab. We reached the deepest part. Rotototo. Hello, children. You've done well to make it here. The structure you see before you is the Zero Lab. That's where you are, right, Professor? Wait, why does it look like the whole place is being swallowed up by crystals? The crystals here in Area Zero possess a peculiar energy. This energy can alter the function of living things and optimize the performance of machinery. It is the same energy that allows Pokemon to terrestrialize. So this entire building's been terrestrialized? Is that what you're saying? Don't be silly, Arvin. The professor implied something important about Terra Orbs just now. They're made from the crystals down here in Area Zero, aren't they? Indeed, though not many know it. Since you have disabled all 4 locks, the gate to the Zero Lab should now be open for you. But once you open the gate, you will quickly be confronted with the dangerous Pokemon inside. They will likely make a break for freedom. That sounds like a problem. With the 4 of you working together, you should be able to best them. Prepare yourselves well, then open the gate. We'll be fine. Oh, I'm fully healed up. Bye, Screamtail. Bye, Screamtail. Beep boop! Hold it! Huh? Why? We're finally on the cusp of getting to the lab. Look, if it's true that a bunch of really dangerous Pokemon might come at us, then shouldn't we also have Koraidon help? Yeah, if Koraidon were like how we first saw it in the Inlet Grotto, that'd be a huge help. I want to see it battle. But it hasn't even wanted to let us ride it ever since we came down to Area Zero. And it can't enter its battle form in the first place. But it's really strong, I know it is. It ate all those Herba Mystica we found too. When it really matters, I'm sure it'll fight. And Area Zero is where it used to live. If you bring it out of its ball now, maybe it'll be able to find its family too, right? That's pretty sensible by your standards, Arvin. I don't know. Go on, Ulti. Let Koraidon out. No. Come on, it'll be fine. Even Koraidon can't fight it. I'll protect it, okay? Well, we're forced. Alright, come on, Ulti. Now that we've got Koraidon ready, it's time to open that gate. Beep boop. Hello. There are 2 Koraidon! The family reunion! It's happening! No, something's not right. Well, whatever it is, that Koraidon has decided that it's more important to go in here. Well. And... Huh? What's wrong? Are you bummed that your heartwarming family reunion got cut off so quickly? Are you joking? There was nothing heartwarming about it. We were this close to getting caught up in a nasty brawl. Wait, for real? Nemona, you are oblivious. Just look at Koraidon. Poor thing's terrified. Guess that other one isn't exactly its pal. Yeah, that other Pokemon was giving us some real bad vibes. They're territorial. Not that you should worry a thing about that, any of that. Once we get you back into your battle form, I'm sure you'll be going to toe-to-toe against that jerk. If, you know, you want to. Yeah. Sorry, guess that doesn't really help, huh? You think that other Koraidon was one of the dangerous Pokemon the professor warned us to watch out for? But didn't the professor say the dangerous Pokemon would come out from inside? You mean inside the gate we just... Well, there's more paradoxes, including a new one. Biff ha! Oh no, 3 Pokemon, whatever will we do? Suddenly, there's more than 3! We're surrounded. Pretty obvious they're not here to roll out a friendly welcome mat. There's no way we can handle this many. And don't tell me, they're all ancient Pokemon. We've got a little disaster on our hands here. Look, even that fella's ready to bail. And it's guess my turn. I've been waiting. Come on, Ulti, let's do this together. Well, we're fighting Great Tusk first. Haha, you didn't attack the right... You didn't attack the right one. Brick Break would have been great on the Canrock. Use close combat. Now you could like. But that's okay. I'm just gonna kill you now. Hooray! This is a worthwhile challenge. Why are they coming at me? Now it's time to fight Brute Bonnet! A wild form of Amoonguss, which annoys the hell out of me because, like... Amoonguss was developed as a Pokeball mimic, you know? Pokeballs would not have existed in prehistoric times, so it just bothers me that it still has the Pokeball gimmick. It doesn't make sense. I feel like the top of it could have just been like one color or something like that. It defeats the purpose of what this thing really was. It's like, it's not like naturally going from like, what would an Amoonguss have looked like back in the past, before Pokeballs existed. It's just like, it's more so like, it's like the SpongeBob episode, you know, where like, Squidward goes back in time and sees prehistoric SpongeBob and Patrick. It's like that, where it's like, to an extent, it's like, it's basically taking the modern design and then just putting this like, saber-toothed tiger-esque spin on it, rather than anything else. It's just this, it doesn't feel like there was a natural evolution, ironically. Anyways, if those Pokemon get out, we're gonna have a gigantic mess on our hands. We gotta go after them. Why me? I hope the two of them can handle their part. At least the crowd's been thinned out now. Gets us up to us to deal with what's left. And now we fight Fluttermane. I believe this thing is Fairy type? Maybe Dark Fairy? It's definitely half Fairy. Well, it's probably not Dark if this is super effective, so it might be Psychic Fairy. I don't think it's Ghost. But it also could be Ghost, because Ghost is also super effective on Ghost, so who knows? I don't know. It's not like I've ever used it. It's not like I ever will. Because even though I like them, again, these kinds of things, I also don't like Pokemon that show up only at the end of a game, because it's like, if I want to put something on a team, it's not like I get, even if I like Fluttermane, it's not like I can ever use it on a team. I would have to wait until right now. These Stragglers should be nothing. Me and my boss here can take them. You take your partner there and go take care of business. Lossive can't wait to battle either. Gonna get his revenge. Koraidon! You really ruined my whole childhood, you know? But it's not like seeing you cowering and scared out of your wits makes me feel any better about it. You've got amazing powers if you just use them. And you've got us, too, so don't even think about losing that jerk. Be brave, stand up and fight. Alright. Well. We still can't ride Koraidon, but we can go inside the Zero Lab. Yep. We spawn in the air for some reason. Well. Human presence detected within the Zero Lab. Hi. You asleep? Nope. He's blinking. Deactivating sleep mode. Arvin, your mom's a robot. Hello, Ulti. Thank you for coming. Roar! She has a Master Ball. No. Back to your ball. That one is far less tractable and far more aggressive than the one you've traveled with. Your Koraidon fled Area 0 because it lost to the other one in a territorial struggle. I'm afraid that there is something for which I must apologize. I am not the true Professor Sada. But who are you? I am an artificial intelligence the Professor created, imbued with her memories and knowledge. In short, I am an AI-powered robot. The real Professor passed away during the incident that destroyed Research Station number 4. The incident? The Pokémon was not to be blamed. It was the original Professor who failed to accurately judge its full power. I believe the Professor wanted nothing more than the Koraidon to survive and thrive. That is why she threw herself in front of your Koraidon in an attempt to protect it. From the time I first reached out to Director Clavel and asked to be put in contact with you, I was never more than an AI. Ulti, the reason I asked you to come to me is because I have one last thing to do here at the Zero Lab, and I desire your help. In short, I wish for you to put a stop to the time machine the original Professor created. Quite a bombshell to just drop on us. But it is fitting because, you know, even since from that very first call, she has been weirdly robotic. And it's only just kind of become more and more obvious as time has gone on. She's not that crazy distant from Arvin, she's just a robot. And yes, if you didn't notice, or if you did notice, this is why the entire game, whenever I've been reading her voice lines, I've always had a very weird inflection. It was on purpose. I knew she was a robot the whole time. Wahahaha! I've played this game before. And of course, if you're playing Violet, you get the other Professor, the hot dad from the future, and I think his name's Turo or Tudo or something like that. Actually, no, it's definitely Turo because the D is in Sada's name. And also was in Sada in order to create Arvin at some point in the past. But yeah, he's also a robot. The story doesn't change, it's just that Arvin has daddy issues instead of mommy issues. Ulti, it is truly a great relief to me that you came. I will answer any questions you may have. Is there anything you wish to know? What is an artificial intelligence? Are you like Grok? Computer draws on the original Professor's knowledge and memories to calculate all my thoughts and actions. The results of those calculations are expressed by this mechanical body, built to resemble the Professor in every way. Humanity does not, in fact, possess the knowledge to develop such a sophisticated AI at present, but the crystals that make up the Zero Lab have made such a thing possible here. They are also why I cannot leave this place. What is this time machine? The time machine is a device the original Professor and I worked on together. It sends Pokeballs to a different point on the timeline to catch Pokemon there, and it can then draw them back here to the present. When she was alive, Professor Sada had a great fascination with Pokemon from another age, what you might call ancient Pokemon. Even as we speak, the time machine continues to automatically draw ancient Pokemon at this time. Is there anything else you wish to ask? As I explained to you before, the original Professor no longer exists. During the destruction of the research station, her physical body received grievous injuries that left it unable to sustain life. I am afraid that this fact may be difficult for her son, Arvin, to accept. I now manage the Zero Lab in the original Professor's place. I like the idea that, like, Sada is just, like, She doesn't talk to her son at all, but she has a robot clone of herself that she worked with. What is it you really want? The original professor had a dream of a world in which ancient Pokemon might live alongside present-day Pokemon in harmony. But these Pokemon's powers seem to stem from a primal energy of the ancient past, and this energy has proved too terrible. Their very existence brings the destruction to the ecological balance of this modern age. The original professor would say such destruction is a natural part of life. At present, the barrier around Area Zero is still working to keep the ancient Pokemon from escaping into the rest of Paldea, but we've begun to see Pokemon appear that can break the barrier, such as Great Tusk. Eventually, they will all break free of this walled garden known as Area Zero and run rampant across the Paldea region, and when they do, the rich and varied ecosystem of Paldea will be trampled beneath their coming. I may have been created as a copy of the professor, and yet, I cannot seem to find the logic in allowing such a tragedy to occur. But any hope of preventing it would require overcoming the greatest AI that the original professor ever devised. Ulti, you have become a formidable trainer. Now use the strength you have gained to destroy the dreams Sada once cherished. Okay. I appreciate your willingness to help. We have reached the lowest level. I do think that this twist is okay. Weird that I'm fine with this twist, but the time machine was the thing that, like, kind of threw me off. I don't know. In the end, I do think that the emotion does wind up trumping any of the, like, the weird logistical parts of this part of the game. I do love the emotion of this game and, like, the way of this storyline, so I think it works. It's just, like, the details, like, I'm hung up on a little bit. But not all of them, just some of them. Anyways, this is the time machine we perfected using the power of terrestrial phenomenon. It's so shiny in here. And trippy. You can kind of almost see that, like, there's, like, one single pattern behind all this stuff. It's weird. It's weird. Anyways, there's one thing I'm very curious about with this area on Switch 2, but we'll see how it turns out when I play. To stop the time machine, you will need to use the professor's ID, which has been embedded within the Scarlet book. It was very like the professor to put the final key we would need in that book of all places. She loved that volume since childhood. If you place the Scarlet book upon the pedestal here, you will be able to stop the time machine. There is just one issue. If you try to stop the machine, I will most likely attack you. Violently. Artificial being that I am, my own designers can be overridden by the system's programming. Once that happens, I'm afraid I will become no more than a battle machine, bound to defeat anyone identified as an obstacle by my code. My battling abilities are peerless. They are built upon analysis of all the battles carried out by the various champions of the Paldea region. Having seen the bond between you and your Pokemon, however, I believe you can prevail. Once you have readied yourself for this fight, please place the Scarlet Book upon the pedestal. Alright. Am I ready? I would probably say so. So, I'll do a nice little savey baby bo baby baby baby. And let's go. I placed the Scarlet Book. ID confirmed, Professor Sada. Access granted. Initiating emergency shutdown. Please wait. Please wait. Access denied. Everything's yellow. Shutdown command overridden. Reinitializing. It is up to you now, Oldie. AI Sada switching to sleep mode. Activating offensive protocols. Please, defeat me. At last. At last my dream is within reach. And you're not getting in the way. The final boss. Robot Sada has initiated a battle. She sent out Slitherwing, the ancient form of a Volcarona. I don't know who you think you are, but I'm not about to let anyone get in the way of my goals. Alright, Slitherwing. I am going to use Psycho Cut on you. But I believe you're fighting type. Yeah! If you don't know the types of any of these guys, it's going to really throw you off. Now this is interesting. Child, do you actually understand ancient Pokemon's weaknesses? What? Some sort of error has occurred here. Recalculating for critical damage. If you don't know the types of these Pokemon, it can definitely throw you off. But I'm vaguely aware of them. Not all of them, but enough to know that that thing was a fighting type and I could thus use Psychic type on it. Anyways, Brute Bonnet. Slitherwing is fine, by the way, for what it's worth. I don't mind Slitherwing. Do you imagine you can best the wealth of data at my disposal with your human brain? This is the power the ancient past holds. Splendid, isn't it? Or, sorry, 5 splendid. The text freaking out is a little odd. As far as, like, actually, like, imagine her to be saying that, you know? Alright, that's 2 down. I believe there's 6 total. He's about to... fucking... Yeah, this is the worst fucking one. All my complaints about Brute Bonnet are now elevated in full force because Sandy Shocks is fucking Magneton. You know, a modern-day Pokemon created because of... Like, the entire point of Magneton is, like, that it's a modern-day creation. It's like Muck. Or whatever. Like, these are things created from, like, the technology of modern day. Like, it's kind of ambiguous where Magneton comes from. Magnemite and whatnot, or, like, Trubbish and whatnot. But there's this idea that's, like, it's convergent evolution of, like, these creatures developed because of our technology. So the idea that Sandy Shocks fucking exists, like, in, like, a million Cretaceous period of this, like, world or whatever, I don't know, I'm not a dinosaur expert, but, like, it's just, it pisses me the fuck off that Sandy Shocks even remotely exist as a concept. Especially because there are future Pokemon. If you want to do an alternate version of Magneton, just make it a future Pokemon and you're fine. It's already like a robot. It pisses me off. And it doesn't even look good. The design is so stupid. It's got like a weird caveman twirl on its head. It's so dumb. I don't know if it's steel or anything. I'm just gonna Bitter Blade. Earth Power. Okay, that's probably... It's probably ground type. It's faster than... I don't know. I hate Sandy Shocks. Sandy Shocks is the absolute worst fucking thing. I hate Sandy Shocks. It is so stupid. Anyway, I'm just waiting for her to send out Screamtail. Damn, it's fast. And it also still has electric type moves. It might be electric ground, honestly, now that I think about that. Power Gem. Alright, that's Sandy Shocks down. Good. Stay out of my sight forever, please. And here's Screamtail. Okay, this is what I'm very curious about. Sends out Screamtail, and... Oh my god. I don't know if this was a patch or if it's just the Switch 2, but this is huge. This Screamtail. You wanna know why? So, you know, like, how in old games, there was this thing where, like, if an object, if a thing existed far away from the camera, it would have a low-poly version of the model to save on resources until you got closer up. It's a very common thing, and it's only really noticeable in like certain like really old like N64 games, like Mario 64, on a more modern console where like the visuals are easier to see, like on Switch Online or something like that. Except this game has low poly versions of most of the Pokemon, because you know it loads in a bunch of Pokemon in the overworld and whatnot, and so it does that all the time. It has low poly versions of all the Pokemon to utilize in situations where they're far away. And that's fine. That's what you would expect. Except, in a couple of small instances, there were times when the distance required for a Pokemon to be far enough away to utilize its low poly version wasn't as far away as it should be. And what I'm getting at is that during this fight, your trainer or something is far enough away from where the enemy Pokemon is that it would use the low poly versions of all of these Pokemon in this fight, and it was so overwhelmingly noticeable with Screamtail. But I think because I'm on Switch 2, or maybe it just got patched since the original playthrough, but it actually looks like Screamtail here. It's not using the low poly Screamtail model, and that is lovely. It was just very funny to see that low poly model, because it's such an obvious low poly model. It's so choppy and jagged. And it's just very funny, and it was very funny. But now it only exists as a story. Anyway, Shadow Ball v Shadow Ball. Please don't kill me. Thank you for not killing me. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, I also didn't kill you. Oh. Oh, wow. Well, that's different. I was laughing because this music is based on the music of the Terra Raid battles, which I barely touched. But it is a neat touch if you care about the Terra Raid battles. That'll be something that bonus that's the thing. I was talking about how I can't really talk about the Terra Raid battles because I have everything recorded for them, and but I can't really talk about it because it involves spoilers. The reason why it involves spoilers is because it's Terra Raids for Paradox Pokemon. So, now that can happen soon. Everything is proceeding within my expectations. I'm afraid the probability of you winning is 0. The last Pokemon is Roaring Moon, Ancient Salamence. The booster energy was used up. Activated Photosynthesis. Its attack was heightened. Well, please be faster. Yeah, okay. Would have been awesome if you missed that Stone Edge, but I think now that I'm faster, I will have Siobhan be able to kill you. I think it's Dragon type? So using Icicle Spear might be better, because I don't know if I'm going to kill it is the problem. And so I don't want to take double damage. I'm gonna do this, defensively Terra to avoid potentially taking like a super effective dragon hit. But I'm going to use Icicle Spear. Okay, I don't think I need to be worried unless this Icicle Spear does not hit 4 times. Didn't even need to hit 4 times. Okay, cool. I'm so glad I started to use Tailwind. Thank you, Clavel, for teaching me. It wasn't necessarily it wasn't a teaching since I knew what Tailwind did. Impossible. I knew what Tailwind did. It was more so just like this sense of like you know what I mean. Anyways, we won. Hooray. Ulti! The shadows are so harsh now. What is this? Did you already beat all the baddies without me? Okay, out with it, you. Who are you, really? Thank you for everything. The time machine is finally... She has finally been stopped. You're really not my mom, are you? Oh, look how big you've grown. So proud of you, my... Sorry you were alone so long, Arden. Mom? Security system failure! Threat of the time machine detected! Whoa, what's going on now? Is another army of Pokemon on its way here? It cannot be. An obstacle is preventing the time machine from performing as intended. Activating Paradise Protection Protocol to remove the offending obstacle. What? Was keeping the time machine running truly all the professor cared about? Locking all Pokeballs except those registered to Sada's ID. Wait, what? Program initializing, gathering terrestrial energy. I'm sorry, children. This is too much for you. You must run. AI Sada disabled. Paradise Protection Protocol initiated. She does have one more Pokemon after all. We did see what it was. You're not getting in my way. You were challenged by AI Sada. You're challenged by the Paradise Protection Protocol. And out comes Koraidon. Well, that's a problem. Well, Koraidon, the Guardian of Paradise. You can't battle without a Pokemon on the field. It's true, our Pokeballs won't work. How are we even supposed to battle? Can we run? Running away would put everyone else in danger. Yeah, some crazy electrical signal is jamming our Pokeballs. Even I can't get them open. Do we have an item that could help? Nope. We can't swap anybody in. Our Pokeballs are locked. We can't switch Pokemon. That's totally cheating. And you call yourself an adult? Well, I think adults cheat more than kids, all things considered. Well, we can't use Zol. We can't use Bezel. We can't use Flamenco. We can't use Mangoria. We can't use Siobhan. We can't use Plume. We can't use any of our Pokemon. But we don't have 6 Pokemon. We have 7. This was definitely one of, like, the coolest moments of this game, all things considered. For what it's worth, you know, it's just, it is a very cool moment when you, like, put that together and realize what that means. For once, the game really doesn't quite immediately spell it out for you. But it is just such a really cool moment. With the power of our belief in Koraidon, he becomes battle ready. Now it truly can be Koraidon v. Koraidon! Koraidon versus Koraidon! Gra gra! Uses Orichalcum Pulse. Turn the sunlight harsh. I did the same thing. It used Taunt. I fell for the taunt. Good thing I was already going to be attacking you. It's not very effective. Good to know. It changed to its battle form. Yeah, blah, 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 let me fight. Alright, well, let's try collision. You'll fall here within this garden paradise and achieve nothing in the end. Use flamethrower. I already learned that's not useful. But you did more damage than I did. Okay. Managed to do a little bit of damage. You will not be allowed to destroy my paradise. Obstacles to my goals will be eliminated. Use bulk up. How come I don't have bulk up? I shook off the taunt. This looks like it could be bad. Hang in there, ulti. I would be worried more about Koraidon. The data say I am the superior. Fall and become a foundation on which my dream was built. Now it's Giga Impact. Ow! He tucked it out so I wouldn't feel sad. You took that hit like a champ. You can do this. I know you can. I have a sneaking suspicion that this whole fight is scripted. Can we really not pull off a win here? This doesn't look good. Ulti, your Terra Orb's glowing! Terrasilize and finish this off! My attack rose. My defense rose. I get an Omni boost from cheering. Why don't we cheer more? Is the real question here. Alright, Terrasilize, Terra Blast. Let's murder it. It may be scripted, but it is still a cool scene. And besides, we also did get, like, the big final boss moment earlier. With the other fight, so it's not like a complete end of, like... This is more like a little final fun celebration thing. So I'm not disappointed. Defeat. We defeated the PPPPP. My favorite typewriter. You did it! It's not going berserk anymore? How very astounding. To think that you would manage to defy even the original professor's final protections. Are you back to normal? Yes, a completely unforeseen outcome. Even for an AI possessing the most sophisticated technology ever conceived. Even on the brink of despair, you children did not give in and instead proved your worthiness. Showing the wisdom to think for yourselves, the courage to hold your faith in your friends, and the fortitude to do what had to be done. No matter how difficult your own past may have been, I believe you will be capable of walking whatever paths you choose for yourselves now, with pride. I thank you, Ulti. I thank all of you children. But I am afraid the time machine cannot be put to a complete stop so long as I am here. It appears I am myself part of a system that ensures the machine reboots when stopped. Huh? What does that mean? I am sorry. You know, when I was watching you on all your adventures from down here, I felt a sense of jealousy. I envied you, your freedom. The way that you came together, working in league with your fellows and caring for them. The way that you sought strength and to better yourself, throwing all you are into your battles. The way that you would face down even the greatest enemies to save that which you loved. The way that you never cease to seek, nor fight for, a treasure all your own. Agigi! Ah, and the way that you soared free through the very skies on those wings of yours. I wish that I, too, might be free as all of you. Free to seek out that which I might treasure. Above all else, not bound. Your own treasure. As long as I remain here, the time machine will not stop, for I am inextricably even robots cannot say words sometimes, connected to it. So I made a decision. I will use the time machine to journey to the world of the ancient past that I have dreamed of. What? You can't just leave right now, right when we finally reached you. I am not going only so that the time machine can be stopped. I also cannot design my desire to see that ancient world for myself. Is this what it feels like to have your heart race with the thrill of adventure? Arvin, I'm sorry that I kept the truth for you for so long. I inherited all the thoughts and wishes of the professor, and so I understand better than any. Your mother truly loved you. You can't just go and say a thing like that now. No, I suppose you're right. I am sorry. Arvin, Koraidon, Ulti, it is a little sad, but I'm afraid this is goodbye. Mom! Farewell, my free adventurers. I bid you adieu. Poor Arvin. That's really the life lesson here. He works so hard to save his dog from death, and he has such bad mommy issues. Or parent issues in general, I guess, depending on the version you play. Where his parent never speaks to him, basically, for all his entire life. Then the parent dies without him knowing, gets replaced by a robot, and just when he finally meets the robot leaves too. He's like, poor Arvin. He really only has his dog. And us now. How could you just go? Mom. Arvin, you okay, bud? Yeah, somewhere deep down, I kind of already knew it. I knew that thing was fake. But it said my name, using her voice and wearing her face. Even if it was fake, it felt real, you know? And so Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. That's okay. Yeah! I guess Koraidon is sad too. Well, it looks a little more angry to me. Oh, but that battle form, how cool is that? It's so strong. It's the form on the front of the box. It tries to nudge at me for a belly rub while it's huge like this. I seriously think I'm gonna die. Hey now, let's not skip over the big win here. Ulti and Koraidon just saved all of Haldea. That's right, you both did amazing. Thanks, Ulti. Yeah, that's my bud Ulti for you. You know, Arvin, even though the professor's gone, I bet she's finally having a real fun adventure of her own in the past. You know, without you in her life at all. Also, the real professor is dead, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, thanks, Penny. Yeah, sorry. What should we do now, Ulti? Home! Well, black screen. Well, you gonna load anything, or what? Game. Game. There we go. Jesus. Reminder, I'm the Switch 2. It's loading things better. Or supposedly. Okay, everybody, listen up. What is it? Let's take the long road home and get a little more fun out of this adventure. I don't really... Sounds great. If we could load up on snacks first, I'm in. Arvin, you're being roped into this no matter what. Apparently. You can't deny the wishes of 3 girls and their giant dinosaur. Alright, fine, I guess we're doing this. Yay! And that's Pokemon Scarlet. And if the game is now currently muted during these credits, the reason is because I remember hearing something about, like, there's a song playing right now, and I remember hearing something, like, every time I've seen this game played in the past, there's been jokes about, like, copyright for this. So I don't know if this song is, like, specifically copyrighted or not, and if it is, I will have muted it in editing. I remember there was a one time when I did my Pokemon Crystal Let's Play, I couldn't play the opening intro of Pokemon Crystal because the intro cutscene was copyrighted. So, like, I just had to, like, cut it out of the video. I think I still have two versions of that very first episode of Pokemon Crystal, one that's edited and one that's just the actual intro. So it wouldn't surprise me if that's a thing, but I'll find out in editing if this has to get muted or not. I'll find out. Regardless, that's Pokemon Scarlet, except for, you know, all the bonus stuff. I've still got DLC to do, I've got legendaries to catch in both DLCs, even though Kitakami's story is done. I've got the entirety of Blueberry Academy to do, and I don't know how long that's gonna take. My guess is like maybe 7 or 8 episodes. I don't know. I think this might have been... I think this is 2 episodes. I think I managed to squeeze it in. This might have been very long, though. Depends on how the credits go, but I'm gonna end as soon as they're done. Don't worry. I think this was 2 episodes, though. Future Ulti might split it, but I don't know how likely it is. We'll find out. Regardless, I've got a lot of things to do still. I still have... I think my next episode is going to be getting the Stake Pokemon, the base game for legendaries that I haven't done at all, the ones that you just get for exploring. There's also going to be a bonus episode for the pre-recorded thing that I've already done, the Terra Raid stuff. So I'm gonna have to commentate over that, and that won't be too hard. That's just gonna be, I already have it recorded, but so I just need to, like, talk over it and explain why I hate Terra Raid battles so much. So that'll be fun. Beyond that, so, like, that's 2 episodes right there. Then there's probably going to be another episode for getting the Kitakami Pokemon that I still have to get, which is the loyal 3. They are now catchable, but they're also, like, all level 70 or something, which is why I saved them until now. There's also the 150 Pokemon in the Kitakami Dex, which I will just shove on from Pokemon Home into this, so I can speedrun that and just do that side quest. And then there's everything that's going to be Blueberry Academy, and I don't know, so, like, there's probably going to be, like, around 10-ish more episodes of this Let's Play, approximately. Give or take, like, 2. So, 8 to 12, I guess, is a good estimation, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just have to see. But, as far as replaying the game is concerned, I have a lot of criticisms. There were definitely parts of this in which I was unhappy. But overall, this game, I see why I liked it so much when I played it back in the day. It feels like it's such an easy punching bag, Gen 9. But it is a good game. Surprisingly, there are good things about it. I think one of my thoughts that I had when I first played this game was that it was simultaneously the best 3D Pokemon game and also the worst 3D Pokemon game. And to an extent, I kind of feel that way still. But I think it is really easy while playing it, for me at least, to... At least when I'm not doing the Team Star stuff or the really slow opening, like... It's a really easy game to just kind of vibe with and hang out with and just have a good time with, even when it's kind of annoying or there are weird things about it. I don't know. I think what really I like about it is, like, the story and the emotions of it. It's like, I like the characters here. I like Nimona. I love Arven. I like the way they work. I think Penny works well in this ending bit, because, like, she adds well to the group dynamic, I think. And I do like that. It's just... I don't know, I got a smile on my face. I've criticized this game to hell and back. You've heard all my criticisms. You don't really need them all repeated right now in your face. The important part is that in the end, I still like the game. And that's more than I can say about fucking Sword and Shield. So, hooray. And honestly, in replaying this game, I'm looking forward to... Well, we're going to the director's office. But yeah, I am looking forward to Gen 10, and it's probably going to come out this year. And by this year, I do actually mean this year, 2026, because I am recording this January 8th, 2026. So when you see this in, like, 4 months, I will probably... I don't know. I'm predicting that there's going to be a Generation 10 reveal at Pokemon Day in February. So, I don't know. I might edit this before that date, so I won't be able to be like, hey, in editing, I can say... But maybe in the description, I can say if that's right. But then, again, that might be a spoiler for the last minute of the game, of this episode that's, like, 55 minutes long-ish. I don't know. This might have been very long. I'm just going to end here to avoid it going on for any longer than needs to. Anyways, we can switch Koraidon if we want to have them do stuff. But either way, next time on Let's Play Pokemon Scarlet, we're going to start the bonus episodes and continue and catch some legendaries. And I'll see you guys then. I had a good time. I hope you liked this Let's Play. There's still more to come. But regardless, that's it for this episode. Hopefully it wasn't an hour.